Are we live? Are we live? Okay, I'm here, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay. Rachel G. Crafts, and I am Rachel. All right, welcome everybody. Miss Tiff, bless your heart. Your daughter, that is no fun. We'll be sending prayers for your daughters for sure. Yes, I was fixing to mash go live and the Mevo camera just went off. It's always fun around here. There's something always gonna go crazy. So we just roll with it. So I was like, well, I hope at least it saved the settings so I could go back into it. So it did, thank goodness. Okay. So what we're doing today is a fall pumpkin arrangement. So when you can't find, you're so very welcome. When you can't find what you want in a vase, you improvise and create one. Okay. My chair scooted up a little. All right, y'all. I'm sorry I was not here yesterday, but life just happens. That's all I know to say is just life happens. I was thinking this was hollow inside, and feeling of it right now, I think it's styrofoam. So we're going to go with it. It being styrofoam, I will tell you that what you could do is you could put your florals straight into the pumpkin. That would be an option. But so I was thinking yesterday I needed to just run by Dollar Tree and get some little bags of rocks to put in here to make it heavy. And that's why I'm not going to just put mine straight into the pumpkin, because I want it to be heavier. So we're going to try this. So yes, it is nothing but just straight styrofoam. So now I've got my knife kind of angled to cut this out. Hey, Miss Wanda, how are you? Is everybody as hot as it is in Mississippi? Being like 99 degrees. With a heat index of like 110 to 115. Y'all, August is the hottest month. We're still in July. This is gonna be a mess. Now, what I may have to do, because you know, I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday. I did not want to pay $15, $20 for a vase that was just plain. So that's the reason for this. And if this was going to be an arrangement for me, I would put the the floral straight into here. But, y'all, if this don't work, we'll say, come back tomorrow. But, it's going to go at a church. So, I want it to be bottom heavy and not top heavy. So, and I've cut open pumpkins before, and they were not styrofoam on the inside. So, but this is what happens when I try to show everything step by step on a video. But we're going to go with it. I have done one of those with small sink strainer. Cute. I'm hanging in here, and yes, it is hot here. So, Miss Tiff is in Louisiana. I'm in Mississippi. And Miss Wanda's in Alabama. So we got all 3 states. Boom, boom, boom. We got it covered here. Y'all just bear with me just a second. We're going to have fun here in a minute. Let me go down a little bit deeper, and what I'll probably end up doing is, after I get the rocks in there, is getting a piece of styrofoam, a little round from the Dollar Tree, and putting down in here. Alright, now let me cut an X in this thing, see if we can get some of this out. I hate this kind of styrofoam, y'all. It's like a million little beads going everywhere. I will be covered head to toe in this mess. I want it deep enough I can put the rocks in, and I don't have to use all them rocks. But I was gonna go by the Dollar Tree and get some rocks for the weigh it down. I thought, why? I can just get a Ziploc bag, put some rocks in it myself. Save me having to go to the Dollar Tree, right? Save a couple dollars too. So what's going on with everybody this week? My skirt is just covered. Oh goodness. All right, noisy for a second. There still may be too many. That is going to weigh it down good. Okay, let us get just a little bit more. And I do apologize for this mishap. Has anyone started decorating for fall? 92, feeling like 100. Ugh, y'all. Hurry up, fall. And it's so hard for me to mentally get in a fall decorating mood when it's that hot. Just can't do it. So I have a friend that used to work with, and she said she needed a fall arrangement for the first week of August. You know, I still can't get over that it's almost August, but she had told me a couple months ago. And so she messaged me the other day, any ideas about an arrangement? I'm like, did you need that August or September? Or I might have even said September or October. And she's like, the first Sunday of August. And I'm like, woohoo, I need to get on the ball. So shelled a bushel of peas Monday, put them up yesterday, mowed 2 yards, washed clothes, and had to go to Walmart for diabetic supplies. You've been a busy lady, Miss Tiff. I'm just digging this out, y'all. Well, Saturday, let's see, today's Wednesday. I haven't talked to y'all this week. All right, we're getting all this done. And my leg is covered. Now my whole body's covered. Forget that. And I thought I bought styrofoam the other day. And it'll be okay. So Saturday I cut grass. We cut some trees. We trimmed some trees. We edged the sidewalks. Of course, cutting grass means weed eating and all the things. So I got bit. I don't know if it was while I was on the lawnmower or if it was while I was hoeing the garden. But I think it was on the lawnmower. But anyway, needless to say, it was somewhere. And then we were out at the shop and I noticed this black bug. And it had landed on my leg. That's when I noticed I had been bit. I really don't think it was that black bug that bit me. I think it was a spider. So my leg got real red and started getting blisters on it and started oozing, all the things. All right, so that makes that heavier. And y'all, my app, this makes the second time it's went off. As long as my camera doesn't go off. Camera done went off one time, right before I started to go live. But needless to say, I think it was a spider because it started getting like little boils on it. And oozing. So yesterday it had gotten really, really bad. At first I didn't pay it much of attention, but by yesterday it had gotten pretty bad. So I am doctoring that thing. Not much going on here. I have an appointment tomorrow with the bone doctor for my wrist. Oh, bless your heart, Miss Wanda. Sending big hugs and prayers. And the girls are here. Oh, yay, Tiff. All right, I'm gluing this on because I don't want it to come out with all the rocks and stuff. So I'll make sure that it's glued in real good. Been here since Monday night, not going home till Friday afternoon. I am one tired Gigi. Bless it. And school will be starting soon, right? Well, I got some antibiotics that they give for spider bites. And I've got drawing salve on it. And it's all But I mean, it has been oozing and ugh, not a pretty sight. But okay, there's our pumpkin. After all that, we wasted 15 minutes, y'all. I am so sorry. So I did pick these up from Hobby Lobby yesterday, and their fall is, it hadn't got the 40% off yet. I got all those little balls in between my feet and my shoes. And then I got this fern that is in fall colors. And I've got the ribbon, of course, those came from Craft Outlet. I've got some other greenery that possibly might use. I even have some tans. These came from Walmart. I don't know, last year or either the year before. I don't know. I don't think I did very much fall stuff last year. So anyway, let's get started. Let's get to throwing this stuff in here. We're gonna make a bow. Let's get some big boy cutters here. Well, the big boys don't want to do either. We're going to end up splitting these anyway, so let's just do this. Cut them individually. That's what's going to get done. Hey, Miss Jill, how are you? You finally made it. Thank you, Miss Wanda. August the 7th. Oh, school starts August the 7th. Oh, my goodness. And this is... That's not very far off, y'all. This summer has really flown by. And I guess because I've had a bigger garden this year. So literally, I have been canning a whole lot. And love every minute of it. Do y'all like to can? Miss Tiff's been putting up some peas. She shelled a bushel of peas Monday. I haven't put up peas yet this year. So these were $17.99 with 30% off. So let's see. We're going to go in. I want the biggest part of the hole on the front. The reason I'm going to put the bow up front. So, y'all, I usually throw rules out the door, but rule of thumb is your arrangement's about 2 times the size of your vase. So I've been told. Look at these little acorns. They're so cute. Oh, I'm good, Miss Jill. Those sunflowers are gorgeous. Thank you. I was trying to keep my head out of it as much as possible, but for y'all to be able to see, and for all of our silent watchers, thank y'all for being here. I sure appreciate it. Or if you're watching the replay, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Time is a gift you can't get back. So I'm thankful for everyone that shares a little time with me. Okay. These are, so these sunflowers came from, the bush came from Hobby Lobby. I'll raise that one up a little bit. So if y'all know, the pumpkin came from Walmart last year or year before. I don't think I bought much fall last year. That's why I'm saying it could have been the year before. Hold on just a second. And it was styrofoam all the way through. I really thought that, and that's why it took a little extra time today. I do apologize. I was thinking it would be hollow in the inside, and it wasn't. So we just roll with it. I used to can all the time when I lived in Michigan, and now down in Florida I don't. Oh, I love canning. I love it. I love it. I love it. I would literally do it every day if I could. All right, I'm gonna make this 3D, like is in, set it on all corners. Then we're gonna put one around front here. Y'all, I canned for the first time some dill pickle relish. I don't think I ever want to buy pickle relish again because it tastes so much better. I really want to can a whole bunch of just dill pickles because, yes, I eat dill pickles, but I still got pickles from last year. So, hey, Miss Laurie, how are you? Why did you cut in the styrofoam? It's the way through, all the way through. I cut it down about 2/3 of the way, just in that hole. The reason I did was I put a little bag of rocks. I put about half as many as this to give it weight, because with the flowers I didn't want it to tip over or be wobbly. So that's why I cut it down in there, put the rocks, and then I got another piece of styrofoam and put on the top. So that's why I wanted it to be heavy. And if it had been for me, it wouldn't have mattered, and I probably wouldn't have done it. Just be honest, I would have just, because this is styrofoam, I would have just used the styrofoam of the pumpkin. But it is going to a church, so I did not want it to be top heavy. So that's why all right, let's see. I'm trying to get these taller ones in here first. But if this was just going in my home on my table or something, I would just use the styrofoam of the pumpkin. And like I said, I had bought this either last year or the year before, and I really thought it was going to be hollow on the inside until I got here and got ready to cut into it, and then realized it was styrofoam all the way through. So that's the way that goes. That's the way that cookie crumbled. All right, how many of these? And y'all, by buying a bunch like that, so this was the bunch by buying the whole thing. You got some greenery and, you know, some little berries, and it helps to have a little bit of filler flowers, I call them. And then you don't have as much to kind of pick out. It's kind of like a cheater arrangement almost. But I knew it was not going to be enough to fill up the whole thing. So we do have a few different things here. I'm going to save more because I'm going to have, or I'm going to do another arrangement to kind of match this. Not today. Not today. And so I guess we'll be back on for our regular live tomorrow. So I wasn't here Tuesday, so this is Tuesday's live. So we may do the next one tomorrow. Try to stay somewhat on our schedule. So see, so that's the stuff. Now we're not going to use this one because I want even amount. So let's get some of this fern in here, and we're going to do a bow on the front also. This one was $15.99 and it was 30% off. And the other one was $17, I think. Yes, $17.99. Right. See if I can get some of these cut off. These are push-ups, so I am going to kind of push them up. And we may kind of split these off and do, we'll see how it looks. I may have to take them off and individually put them in here, and we might just work them in here. We're going to see how this goes. I'm going to put it in there. Kind of work it from the front, and then we'll go back and with another one for the back and see what that looks like. What do you gonna think? And I don't like things just rounded off. I want a little bit of something going wild and crazy, kind of like me, I guess. Hey, Miss Andrea, how are you? Didn't see the notification. That's okay. I love canning. That's too much. Bless your heart. Yeah, we're still praying for you, Miss Wanda, too. I love canning. Let me see. I may take this brown one up and bring this one down. And all it is just a matter of, no, I need to do that one because it's lower down on the stem. Scratch that. I don't know. I have made a post yesterday on YouTube that I will be live today, but I don't think post gets shown as much as his videos. I guess I should have done a little short, huh? So see how full it's already looking? All right, so there's 4 big stems. I'm gonna take 2 and I'll use 2 for the other arrangement. Get these pushed up to the top. So if y'all don't know, the pumpkin when I went to cut into it was all styrofoam. So what I mean by push up, it's got a little stem and these will ride up and down so you can better arrange them. Okay, I need to, the only one I have not put glue on when I put it in there was that big fern right there. And I need another glue stick. I will go back and touch on these. Make sure they don't go nowhere. Okay, let's put this one in on the back side. And we're gonna put some glue there. And I'm even putting a little glue like from stem to stem and in between, so that not only is it holding to the styrofoam, it's holding to the other stems. And now I may even push some down a little bit. Thank y'all so very much for lots of prayers indeed. Appreciate it. Yes, we are. Definitely, Miss Wanda. Okay, let's see. Just some of these twisted around a little bit. Fluffed out. They're not really, they kind of have somewhat of a wire, but not really a true wire in there. So they're not real cooperative, maybe I should say. Feels more like a hard plastic, not really a wire. Okay, so let's see. I want to kind of tone down, I think, all of the yellows and the oranges. I love the yellows and oranges, and I got more of those, but I think kind of toning them down a little bit. Would be a good idea too. And I'm probably going to use some of this around the base after we put maybe some a bow on here. But it's by putting this fern in here, it's kind of got the earth tones on it. So. And that's going to help fill in around this bottom too. That one's got a nice stem on it. Let me try to put it up here. And it will just kind of break the monotony of all the yellow and orange. We're going to have to cut some of these. Go ahead and just snip them off. And I don't have to keep stopping and starting. Now these leaves came from Walmart. And I don't know if they've got them out, their fall florals out this yet or not. Thank you, Miss Jill. Sending prayers, Miss Wanda Beautiful. Thank you, Miss Tiff and Miss Andrea. Thank y'all so very much. Do y'all like the earth tones mixed in? Or what is your, this is what I should ask. What is your favorite fall colors? Because I have navy blue in my fall colors with, you know, the earth tones and some. I need this one right up in here. What is your fall colors? I love those colors. Thank you, Miss Tiff. I think they're very pretty because in reality, you have a lot of tans and get another tall one up in here. I love the fall. And I also add the navy blue. Yes! I love navy blue in there. So I've done my kitchen and dining room in blues. They're all nice size. So let's do, trim this one. So this one is the back with just the one sunflower, and then the front will be the 3 sunflowers. Well, there's 4. There's 5 total, but there's 3 here. So I kind of did it like a triangle. And I do want to save a couple of these to add in the next arrangement, so we'll probably add a little bit of this. Down here on the bottom, around the back. That one don't have a topper on it. Just to kind of add filler down on the very bottom next to the pumpkin. So if you got pumpkins that and you need a vase, just cut out the pumpkin and make you a vase. That's what we did. That one's yellow and brown. You don't match what we're doing. All right, we're fixing to make a bow. Yes, we are. For the very front. Now, I will add some Spanish moss, most likely on here. I may take these out or put these over here. Because, let's move that to the side. I got out 4 ribbons. I'm not sure I'm going to use them all. I did not get out scissors, did I? Those colors in my house. Pretty Miss Jill. All of them love fall and also and the navy blue. I love this ribbon, and Ben's is going to the church. This lady. I thought thankful would just be fitting. Let's see. So I'm going to be using this Floral U-Pen. And a zip tie. I have the sunflower ribbon, I have orange, I have pumpkins, but I don't want this bow to be too overbearing. So, and I thought about just using that with that, but what we're going to do, we're going to condense it down. We're going to use 2 ribbons. I just really don't want it to be too much. All right, this is a directional ribbon, which means it's a word. I don't want the words upside down, so let me go ahead and get this open. So a bow holder is not going to be much good. So, let y'all see what I'm doing over here. I'm just trying to see about how big it's going to be. So that is about, just to give y'all an idea, it's about a 5.5 inch loop. Might cheat a little bit and go a little bit bigger. Probably gonna be closer to 6. The reason why I want to get more of this I'm just trying to get my loops about the same. Loopity, loopity, loopity. All right. This one was not. Okay, so it's a little more challenging because the way the loops have to lay. But we can do it. We can do it. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let this bow holder, this bow maker, hold my bow. And that's why I quit making wreaths and stuff for so many years, was because of my hands cramp. So hand bows, that is the reason why most of the time I just use the bow maker, because I use it as a bow holder. I think the blessed ribbon is perfect. Thank you. Love the ribbon too. Thank you, Miss Jill, Miss Tiff. Not blessed, thankful. Yes. Did I say blessed? Oh, I might have. It is thankful. All right. Well, this one we will twist and turn because of keeping the two right sides up. All right, we have it's the same color of the table, so it's a little bit harder to see. So, you did say just my crazy. Hey, farm wife, how are you? Fall decorations already? Wait for fall. Miss Farm Wife, I hope it hurries the fall weather up. I am over this heat. I am over it. It needs to go. Now, I would prefer winter over summer, as I'm getting older. Y'all, I'm putting this little U-pin just like this. And that could be because in Mississippi, let me tell you, we don't have much winter. I mean, yeah, we get below freezing, you know, several times throughout the year. And it gets really cold, and, you know, we get down in the 20s and the teens sometimes, but it don't last. We don't hardly ever get snow. We don't hardly ever get ice. So, you know, when I say winter, you know, we get cold, but it just doesn't stay cold for a long time. So my winters are probably not as bad as all the up north winters. But I'm about ready for some fall weather, or some fall or winter at this point. Louisiana either say, I see it. Us is down here in the south, just don't get like up north. Okay, so we got thankful. I think that's good. And I'm going to have to trim this. Because I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. It's too long. So I think you can tell what it says. So all I'm gonna do now is get my glue gun, and I'm gonna have to go back to some of those neutral color leaves I did not glue in. So now I'll just go around and touch up, and I gotta glue the little U-pin that the bow is on because I stuck it in the styrofoam. And so we will glue that in, and then I'm gonna go around and put a little Spanish moss in there. Now where is my U-pin? There's my U-pin. And you can get those U-pins at, I ordered them online, I think, from Amazon. Because, listen, I'm an hour south and an hour north of Hobby Lobby. I'm an hour in between both of them. And I'm getting one about an hour west of me. They can't get nowhere close to me. So, a lot of times I'll just order off Amazon because I have Prime. And it's cheaper that way than driving with gas as high as it is an hour to get something. So I'm going to put a little bit of, first we had the mess of styrofoam balls, and now we got the mess of Spanish moss. Y'all get more winter than we do, yes. Miss Andrea's in California. Same here, we're lucky to get 60 degrees in the winter. Yes, I understand. Florida don't get much winter. California don't. We don't get, you know, enough to ride home about. So I'm just going to put some of this glue and put some of this styrofoam, listen at me, this Spanish moss just to hide. So you see, you can kind of see the, well, I don't know if y'all can see it on camera or not. You can kind of see the styrofoam, but we're going to put that Spanish moss on there. Kind of hide it. So they'll think that we have a vase that is a pumpkin, and really it was just a styrofoam pumpkin. We cut out the middle, and I told why I cut it out and didn't just stick my florals into it because we put a little bag of rocks in there to make it heavy, because styrofoam's not heavy. So if I hadn't have, see, I can bounce it and it's not going to fall over if I push it pretty hard. But had we just left it styrofoam, it would have rolled over stove. So that's why I opted to put the rocks in it, and then put a little piece of styrofoam on top of that. And I hope she likes it. So there we go. Jill, if you would get to 60 in the winter here, I would put on a bikini. Let me tell you, I don't have a bikini bottom. Oh, Farm Wife, you're funny. Our Hobby Lobby barely has fall decor out yet. See, I went in Hobby Lobby yesterday. Arizona has Christmas trees out already. Now, ours has got Christmas going out. I lost mine too, and I don't want no bikini. I'll get tongue-tied on that one. Nope, not gonna see me in no bikini. They have fall out, 30% off, and they had like the ribbon aisle. They had ribbon out, and you could tell they were getting ready in the front of the store to put the Christmas trees out. They had it all cleared up, but fall is all out, and Christmas is going in, so, or going out too. All right. Why do they rush the seasons? The reason why, Farm Wife, it's retail. So it took me a while to understand this, but when I started making wreaths and stuff, it makes sense for the creators like this one. If they hadn't had the fall decorations out already, I couldn't have bought supplies, you know, for the lady that wanted the fall arrangement, because it's going in her church the first weekend of August. So they do it for the creators that's creating wreaths or arrangements, or, you know, just anything, tree toppers or whatever you're making to sell. You have to get it made up to sell and ready before they actually need it, because if you waited till November to buy supplies for your Christmas decorations, it'd all be picked over and gone. So I don't think I ever really had one. I lost my, maybe for a short while, you know, when I was young, but not now. Having children and having surgeries, I think the surgeries was worse on my body than the children, because I did get my body back after having children, but after surgeries it didn't come back. They cut muscles and everything else, so it did not come back. But so this is what we created today, and the sunflower bush came from Hobby Lobby, y'all. It looked like this. The fern bush came from Hobby Lobby. The tan neutral colored leaves, it came from Walmart either last year or the year before. I know the year before I had bought some, and I think last year I might have bought some. So, ribbons came from Craft Outlet. The styrofoam pumpkin came from Walmart probably 2 years ago. And that's about all. I've started all my fall and Christmas wreaths and decor. My neighbors think I'm loony. Well, but see, if you don't go ahead and get them started and get them made, then you're behind by the time it's time to put them out. So this is what we made. So tomorrow we'll come back, we'll make the other one, and I want to make it smaller. It'll be a similar, but not exactly. Because she wanted one for the front of the church and then one for when you walk in. So, on the table in the foyer. So, anyway, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'm sorry the first 15 minutes was doing the styrofoam. But that happens, and it's just you make, you know, where I thought it was hollow, and some of them I had bought was hollow. It just showed you, you know, what you can do if you get thrown a curveball and it's not what you expect, how you can just fix it and go on. So we put rocks in it to give it a little weight, even though it's styrofoam. Yeah, and we rolled with it. I gained 40 pounds after my first baby and still have 58 years later. So have it. I gained 18 with one and 20 with the other one. But I stayed sick, throwing up the whole 9 months. You can't wait to start putting out your fall decorations. Me too, but it's got to get cooler. Cooler. Maybe it'll get cool soon. Lord, please hear our prayer. So anyway, I will be here tomorrow, Thursday. What is that? July the 24th. At 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 2 p.m. Eastern. So, you had twins. That is pretty, Rachel. Thank you, Miss Farm Wife. Thank you, Miss Jill, Miss Tiff, Miss Andrea, Miss Wanda. Thank y'all for being here and hanging out. I appreciate it. I will see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for sharing your time with me, because time is a gift you can't get back. And thank you to all the silent watchers. I appreciate y'all being here. And we will get on Zoom for the ones in the membership. So I love you all. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day. Stay cool. Don't get overheated. We have 110 to 115 heat index today. So y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. I love y'all. Bye-bye.